Hi, this is Shruti from E&TC. My exam seat number was S190953016. Today I am presenting Data Analytics Lab SPP oral examination of academic year 2020-21. My presentation outlines are question 1 concepts of data wrangling in Python, question 2 concepts of data preprocessing and execution of mean removal, scaling, normalization and binarization of data, question 3 of concepts of how do you handle missing data, and the question 4 is execution of merge the two data sets or data frames. Mm. My first question is data wrangling, tutorial points of data wrangling in Python. So what is the data wrangling? The data wrangling involves processing the data in various format like merging, grouping, etc. for the purpose of analyzing or getting them ready to be used with another sets of data. The Python has built-in features to apply this wrangling methods to various data sets to achieve the analytical goals. In their data wrangling in Python, there are two formats are merging the data in data wrangling and the grouping the data in data wrangling. The pandas library in Python provides a single function like merge as the entry point for all standard database joining operations between the data frame objects. And the second one is grouping data in data wrangling. The grouping data sets is a frequent needs in that analysis where we need the results in terms of various group present in the data sets. Pandas has built methods which can roll the data into various groups. The in data wrangling, the which commands is used for the data wrangling in Pandas. The command used for data wrangling is describe a function or command on data frames objects to get the summary of numeric values along with the analytical data like min term, max term, standard deviation counts and percentage slabs. My next slide is concept of the explain and perform the data preprocessing mean removal means removal, scaling, normalization, and binarization of Uh, data operations. What is the data preprocessing? The data preprocessing is data mining technique that involves transforming new raw data into one into on a understandable format. In this section, let us understand how we process data in Python. Initially, open a file with a .py extension. For example, prefo.py file in a text editor like Notepad. Uh, Data pre-processing technique use the data can be pre-processed using several techniques like mean removal, scaling of data, data normalization, and binarization of data. The first technique is removal of mean removal of data. The mean removal involves removing the mean from each feature so that it is the center on zero. Mean removal helps in removing any bias from the features. Now I will use one example for mean removal. Here is the my data. Here is the my input data np dot array. We import a couple of package. Let's create the some sample data and add the line to this using import numpy as np. For mean removal, I will use data standardized preprocessing dot scale input data. For output screen, I want to print mean or standard deviation. Now I will run this uh, code or program. The Observe the following output, that in the output means is almost zero, and the standard deviation is 1. My next technique is scaling, data scaling. The in data of every features in data points can vary between random values, so it is important to scale them so that these matches specified the rules. For example, for data preprocessing scaling, the I have used here min or max scaler, and I want to print a minimum maximum scale data in data scale. Now I will run this code, that all values have been the scale between the range. The next technique is data normalization. The data normalization order to represent the features by the ratio. The values of each sample is divided by the sum of the absolute values of the sample, so that the sum of the absolute values of the sample is 1. Each sample is 1. I have used here one example for the data normalization. Um, I want to print in data normalization the normalized data in normal format. Normalization is used to ensure that the data points to get not go, get this point do not get boosted due to the nature of their features. And the fourth and last technique is data binarization. The data binarization is used to convert a numeric features vector into a Boolean vectors. I have used here one example for data binarization, means normalized data converted into binarized data. Here is the our normal data, which is converted into binarized data. Uh, this technique is helpful when we have prior knowledge of the data. My next slide is how do you handle missing data and its concept. First, what is the missing data? Missing data can occur when no information is provided for one or more items for a whole unit. There are two concepts for handle the missing data in Python. First one is handle missing data using is-null function, or second one is handle missing data using not-null function. The first concept of data missing handle missing data is using is null function. In order to check null values in pandas data frame, we use is null function. This function returns data frame of boolean values which are not defined values, and these not defined values are shows which are true for missing data. Now I will importing one data for using is null function. For using is null function, I have import the pandas file as PD, and I have stored here my dictionary of list, first score, second score, and third score, and data frame is using a dfe dot is null function. Now I will run this code. In first line, my third data is missing. This data is shows in true or nan. Means my data missing. Then is null concept can shows my data in true and nan word or format. My next concept is using not null function. In order to check null values in pandas data frames, we use not null function. This function returns a data frame of boolean values which are false or nan value. For this, I will run one code for not null data using dot not null function. In that function, missing data shows the false word and nan word. Now it means my data missing. Then not null's concept can shows my data in false and nan word. My next slide is merge the two data sets. My problem statement was merge the two data sets or data frames. Merge data frames is another universal operation related to data frame. Is the merging operation. Two data frames might hold different kinds of information about the same entity and linked by some common features and columns. Now I will execute my code and explain on screen. Import modules, import pandas as PDs. This start the importing the library. You will be using throughout the tutorial as pandas. Uh, Next, we will will be performing all the operations in this tutorial on the on the u on the pd dot data frames that we will create here. For create a data frame, I will use Python dictionary. Like first data frames is details, and the second data frame is fee structure, fee status. In details, I have stored the ID of students, name of students, and branch of students. And the second data frame, I will store student ID and pending fees. Mm. For merging the data frames, I want to merge two data frames which names are allocated details and the fee status. These two data frames will merge on ID using pd dot merge function. Uh, for display my output, I will use here print pd dot merge details fee status on ID column. Now I will run this code. Now I'll observe the output that the data frames are now merged into a single data frame based on the common values present in the ID columns of both data frames. Here is our merge data output. My next slide is references, a reference which we have studied my all PPT presentations, data, PPT presentations point, and thank you.